here to tell you that you are worthless, hopeless, and helpless. You are nobody and your existence means nothing. I will suck the energy and motivation out of you until you no longer feel like getting out of your bed in the morning. I don't discriminate based on region, religion, age, gender. Who am I? Well, that's depression for you. Dear Toastmaster, fellow members and guests, today I am going to talk about one of the best documented problems in this world, but then at the same time the least discussed, depression. I know it's kind of depressing talking about this, but then there is a misconception about depression that it is nothing but sadness. Depression is not the sadness when something goes wrong. Like you have a breakup with your girlfriend, boss doesn't give you promotion, no salary increment. These are all natural human emotions. Depression is the sadness when everything is going right. Depression is the mood disorder which causes persistent sadness and loss of interest. To let you know the severity of the problem, every 1 in 4 will face this problem of depression. So if you're 1, you're 2, you're 3, you're the 4th one. You might be facing the problem of depression. Every 30 seconds, someone in this world is actually taking their life because of depression. You might be surprised because we don't get to see these things in social media, right? Obviously, it's not cool to put up a Facebook status saying, I'm depressed, I'm feeling suicidal, I need help. No. But then why not? We are human and we are supposed to have problems. Any one of our body parts can break down and so can the brain. One of my friend, he broke his arm and people were queuing up to sign his cast. And the other friend, he broke something over here and people were running away from him. There was a lot of stigma and finally he decided to end his life. So now that I introduced you to the severity of the problem and the stigma associated with it, let me touch upon the 2 important points of my speech. Who and how can one get into depression and then how to overcome. So who can get into depression? Surely humans can. We can't really say if animals can face depression because even if they do, they can't really communicate. Surely the animals in Sea Aquarium and Singapore Zoo, they look depressed because all the time they are posing for those flash cameras. But then surely humans can get depressed as early as childhood. Kids can go through things which they are not able to share with parents. Separation of parents or separation from parents, and then at a very young age the competition of studies. Teenagers, they are supposed to have their best time in college and then they go through this competition of studies as well. The looming new responsibility to get a job offer and then share the burden of family, all these things. In some cases heartbreaks, love failures, but then I don't want to do a mistake of categorizing these into reasons because there can be many. Working professionals have few more reasons to get depressed, and then on the top of the list is that Monday depression. That's why I tend to give my 100% over the week so that I don't get depressed. 80% over the weekend and 20% over the weekdays, but still I give my 100% over the week. Personally, I had my own share of depression during this age. I used to buy a lot of stuff online and my parents used to crib a lot. How you can buy things just by looks? And then they used to show me a lot of matrimony profiles online and then say, yes, this is the perfect match for you. Go for it. Go for it. So for 1 year, I was in persistent sadness about my marriage till I got married. After marriage, it was alright because slowly we all get used to it. Elderly people with age, they develop a lot of depression because of loneliness, hopelessness, lack of love, lack of care and all these things. So how to overcome depression is my second point. First of all, stay focused on what you're doing. Set up a small goal and fulfill it. It can be a small walk, you have a telephone call, anything. Second thing, refrain from retreating into yourself. Build that supportive relationship with people whom you love and who love you. Third, get interested in your life. Have 8 hours of sleep, do meditation, yoga, music or travel, but then ensure wherever you travel, you don't forget to take your heart with you. Fourth, have healthy food. Fifth, avoid negative emotions and negative thoughts. And then sixth, get into some physical exercise, sports or something like that. And after all this, if you're not able to get out of it, then you have to see outside aid, someone like a doctor. So, just to conclude, depression is a persistent feeling of sadness and anybody can face it. My uncle, who happens to be a doctor, he once referred comedy shows to one of the patients who was facing depression. It so happened that the patient himself was a stand-up comedian. So, anybody can get depressed. So, anybody can be that 1 in 4. So, how can one get into depression? It depends on circumstances. Sometimes things happen as if to push you into depression. Your boss at home shouts at you, your boss at work shouts at you, and then you feel as if nobody gives a damn about you. Hell, even the automatic door at the entrance, it doesn't open when you come. Maybe the sensors don't detect a broken down brain. Sometimes, funnily, we go in search of depression. There are 2 places in Singapore, one in Marina Bay and one in Sentosa. And it's free for foreigners. Yeah, losing money is also a depressing feeling. So can we get over all these things? Yes, surely we can. Life is best for people who are enjoying it. It's difficult for people who are analyzing it. It's worst for people who are criticizing it. Our attitude defines our life. So friends, we all live once, but if you do it right and be happy, I think once is enough. Such positive attitude is the best medicine for depression. So friends, express to suppress the feeling of depression. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.